Take some of that for y'all. Some more for me and these cards. What is good, beautiful souls and spiritual gangsters? Happy Sunday. Welcome to another round of messages. Doing my usual thing, clearing the space, clearing the energy, because there's a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot happening in the 5D and miscellaneous spheres. And, just necessary. Feels very necessary right now. Hi, Brianna. Welcome, welcome. Of course. Take some of that. Just going to breathe for a second. It's been a hectic week. So, coming off of a couple of days. Welcome. Hi, Jesse. Welcome. Pretty minutes. Okay. Yeah, it's been a few days. This week's schedule was different. So, and Friday, was it Friday? Yeah, I didn't have it in me. I just did not. So I was like, you know what? Let me not waste my time or anybody else's and come back refreshed today. So that's exactly what I did. And let's go. We in for Spiritual Gangsta Sundays, and on the cut we got the star. That's right. Getting right back into it like nothing. So yeah, we're gonna get some spirit guide messages today. Get some soul food. And after today, it's been Spanx. What's up? What's up? Sending you hugs. Welcome. Thank you. Thank you, Brianna. It's good to be seen. It's good to be refreshed, because we definitely need those days. Welcome, Pauline. And I hope everyone has been having a beautiful weekend. It's been a mix of energies. Like, I don't know. I can't describe it sometimes, but let's just say a whole entire world of energies has been happening. So let's get a collective message before I start up and get these spirit guide messages popping. What's up, Devon? Welcome. I'm doing good, thank you. Thank you, Faze. Like, for real, hit that like button for your girl, though. I appreciate you. Let's get that collective message. See what's going on. Damn. Okay, we got that Emperor energy. That came out like with full force like an Emperor would. Like, I am here. What is up? I only do, Brianna, I only do Fridays when I can't do Thursdays. Or it's either Wednesday or Friday if I can't do Thursday. But once I got to Friday, I was like, you know what? No. I was like, I can't do it. Strange, I got you. So we got the Emperor and the Sun. I love it so far. I love it. Let's go. And the 10 of Pentacles. Okay. We go back to that world with the Knight of, I'm sorry, this is the Page of Swords. But I don't get anything, like when it comes to the Page of Swords, it can definitely reference like quick moving energy. Just like when it comes to what I've been feeling over the past few days, it's definitely been like a mix when it comes to like my like just everyday thought process and what has been flowing in and out. It hasn't been consistent. So I don't know if you guys have been picking up on those energies lately where it just feels like I don't want to say a roller coaster because it's not that dramatic, but just like, even on a hour to hour basis, it's like something different feels like it's happening. But that's me as a reader. But as far as this energy coming out here, it feels like collectively a lot more in control, a lot more optimism when it comes to the direction that you're going in. Whatever has been happening behind the scenes energetically, at least it's not, affecting the collective on a level where, you're not feeling up to par, because the Emperor energy is definitely feeling like you're in control, feeling like you're getting things done, checking off those to-do list items. All right. To those that have been feeling more optimistic and have been feeling like, you have more of a can-do kind of attitude or can-do kind of energy, I hope that carries out throughout this week, because that is definitely a good vibe to start the week out with. All right. 10 of Pentacles energy. I mean, this is pretty much self-explanatory, and it definitely vibes with the flow of the energy when it comes to progression. All right, this is a steady energy of progression, regardless of how up and down it feels like. At the end of the day, as long as you're progressing, what's better than that? All right. Nope, we're not doing that today. And I'm going forward, I don't care what it is. If I don't like the energy coming from anyone, like, you will be blocked. Because I don't have time for that. And it will take away from readings. Like, I don't have time to be addressing people if it does not have to do about readings. And as I say on the cut, justice. Because, that time has come and gone. That time has come and gone. So as soon as I see it, boop, gone. As soon as I feel it, especially, gone. All right, so let's start out. We got Brianna and then Sphinx and Devon. And if there's anyone else that would like to be added for Spirit Guide messages, just let me know in the comments. Yeah, because this is also what I'm feeling like on a collective level. Instead of focusing on what you don't want, what what you're trying to repel, do not give anything or anyone energy that you're just not vibing with. Like, at this point, it does not make any kind of sense for myself or the collective to focus on energies that are coming to troll, that are, looking to start-ish. I let my guides handle that, and they do a good job of it. So why take away their fun? And that goes to y'all guides too. And as I say that Knight of Swords comes out now with the Hierophant. So yeah, why take away the fun from your guides and their ancestors, and your ancestors from, handling people on your behalf. All right, so let's go for Brianna, please. What is the Spirit Guide message that they need to hear at this time, please? And thank you. What's happening? What's up? Go from the 4 to the 5 of Pentacles on that cut. What is that about? Let's see. Okay, that's Sun making a comeback. All right, so starting off with the Sun, to the 7 of Cups, to the 5 of Wands, 2 of Swords, to the 3 of Cups. All right, so again, with this sun energy being like more optimistic, definitely giving way to just being generally happier. It doesn't have to be like, again, this is not in a dramatic sense because I've been getting a lot of pings from my guides like, do not encourage drama or dramatics when it comes to these readings because, it definitely can give just like that extra air of drama is just not needed. Like not to I'm not going to reference any other readers or anything like that, but when it comes to just coming back to as realistic and as logical as possible, like when it comes to these readings, I want y'all to just dial in and make sure that you're not overinflating it. Like is what said, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, but also just make sure that you're not getting overinflated or getting over into these readings because again, it's based on current energy. It's based off of what is happening right now, which can change. All right. So with that being said, and that was on a general level, that wasn't just for you, Brianna. All right, we have the 4 again of Pentacles to the 5 of Swords, another 5. So we have double 5s here, 55. When it comes to this energy, it feels like your guides are warning you like, yes, this is a great time to definitely make sure that you are keyed into staying optimistic, that you are making sure to look at the brighter side as much as possible because it's not possible all the time. We're not looking for perfection. We're looking for progress. Right. So when it comes to that, you want to make sure that you are shining not only a positive light and giving grace as much as possible, but that you are looking at yourself with that energy, making sure that you are looking in the mirror, making sure that you are saying good things to yourself. With this 7 of Cups energy, it feels like with this air of positivity, you're going to be tempted by more than a few things or having distractions that, could possibly tempt you into situations that you would have to then heal from later with the 5 of Wands. All right. So your guys are just imploring you to be intentional. 2 of Swords to the 3 of Cups. Be intentional. All right. Because yes, it's great to be optimistic, but that doesn't mean that you just place your energy anywhere that it feels good in the moment. Okay. Because that is a momentary, feel good moment. Yeah, that's good. But at the same time, if you are, overdoing it, or if you are, misplacing your energy or giving it to the wrong people, it's going to come back to bite you essentially. So you want to make sure that, yes, get out there, socialize, be optimistic, but also make good decisions when it comes to who you are allowing in your space and in your energy. Because just because they come at you with a smile, with what feels in the moment like good intentions, or what feels like, oh, I could trust them for that, that doesn't mean that it's to be a long-term investment. All right. Sometimes situations and people are temporary. This 7 of Cups energy is lending to temporary circumstances and energies around you right now. So it's like, don't get too drawn in too quickly. You want to make sure that you are evaluating. You want to make sure that you are, using your intuition to assess whether someone or a situation has a long-term potential or should be in your space for any kind of amount of time that is not going to affect you negatively down the line. All right, because with this 3 of Cups, it gives that, new people, new experiences are making their way in, but it's going to be up to you to really assess who gets to stay. All right. Now, having fun in the moment, again, that's fine, but you don't have to bring all the fun home with you, is essentially what your guides are saying. So just make sure. Okay, because the 4 of Pentacles energy is definitely about reserving your time, your space, your energy for what is important, and to make sure that you are reserving for those longer term moments and people versus giving it to whomever feels good at that time or whatever feels good at that time. All right, because again, this 5 of Swords says possible self-sabotage energy if you're not careful. Because please trust and believe, there are a lot of energies out there that if you give them too much, you know that give an inch, take a mile. Yeah. So there are a lot of energies out there, which is nothing new, but in particular, for those that have chosen a higher timeline, okay, they're coming. And they are like really trying to get in there, trying to tempt you away from purpose. They're trying to overrun your energy so that it causes this confusion. Because this Seven of Cups to the Five of Wands indicates that possible too many options or too many, distracting entities could be trying to veer you away or try to influence you. Okay, so just know that your guides are trying to also protect you against that, but you have to do your part as well. Ren, what's up? Welcome. Welcome, Dahlia, and welcome. No, we don't talk about that here. Sorry, we're here for readings. So I'm sure there's a space where you can find that conversation. It's not here. Mother, Father, God, ask and receive, showing up. This is also about getting back because the sun also represents it's Sunday, right? So also making sure that you are taking out time and space to connect. All right, because it's great that you come here for messages and for guidance and everything, but just remember that y'all are your own direct connection. Look at that, intuition and downloads. Y'all are your own direct connection. I'm a middleman, all right? So if you are having any problems connecting, or if you feel like you're not as connected with your guides as you would like to be, meditate. Sit and try to quiet your mind. Try to get into a space where you feel connected. All right, because I'm not always going to be here. I'm not like myself, other readers, as it is. Like a lot of messages I've been getting lately is like making sure that I am instilling in the collective that you are connected to source regardless if myself or any other readers are present. All right, so just make sure, surrender is showing up again. Make sure that you are intentionally having those sessions directly with your guides without the middleman. Because at the end of the day, it is about the connection between you and your guides and source. That is the most important. Surrender again. All right, so yeah, your guys they want to get closer to you and take a step back, showing up here. So that's reinforcing this message about making sure you're not over giving to any particular situations or people until you know true intent. Let's get a spirit animal message to finish this off. But yeah, I keep getting the to connect mastery showing up here. Yeah. When it comes to connecting with your guides, they want you to basically connect with them more directly, have more of a personal connection with them. All right, because it feels more so like that third wheel or fifth wheel kind of thing where it's conditional, but they want to talk directly to you. This is basically like, no offense to me, but they're like, well, we don't particularly want to talk to you all the time. We want to talk directly, to be honest. So just know that when you have the free time, and if you are able to sit down and have a conversation with your guides, however you feel comfortable with, and if you're just starting out with having direct contact, just, go with what feels right. Go with what instinctively feels right in that moment and build from there. Because with mastery, not everybody starts off, you know, just like knowing exactly what to do. It takes time to be able to build up a routine, a ritual that feels comfortable to you, but don't feel like you can't do that, all right? Because you absolutely can. Mastery says you are on a spiritual journey beyond the sky. Let go of the past and soar. You are guided by the winds of spirit. Your wisdom inspires the world. All right, so get connected, and dolphin play is showing up here as well. So again, play, yes, have fun, but please, because with these energies here, it's like, please be intentional about who you're playing with or who you're allowing to play with you. 1111 showing up as I say that. Hi, Karen. Welcome, welcome. I don't think so. I just want to get these rolling a little bit quicker because I don't think I will run out of time. I think I have enough time for everyone that has come on thus far. But let me get moving. You're so very welcome. All right, Sphinx. I haven't read for Sphinx in a while, so let's get it. Let's get this spirit god a message. Let's go. All right, so let's see here. I want to make sure. All right, so it'd be Sphinx, Devon, Ren, and Karen. Thank you for the sub and blessings. If I wanna say I do have time, but I just want to make sure, just, you know, if you can, stick around. And as soon as I can make some headway with the current queue. Welcome, Distillery. And, oh, that was, yes, okay. See what's going on for Sphinx, please, and thank you. What's the spirit guide message that Sphinx needs to hear at this time? What's the spirit message? Okay. Before I even like really got into like shuffling, the Nine of Swords came out. Then we got into the Knight of Pentacles to the Ten of Pentacles. So that's kind of like with the collective energy message. The Empress to the High Priestess and the Six of Pentacles coming out together. All right. So this feels like some overwhelm. Okay. It feels like you have, you know, with current circumstances, like you've placed a lot of weight on your shoulders. Your guides want you to know, like, understandably, you feel like you have a lot to do. You feel like you have a lot of responsibility to bear right now. But you also have to make sure you're asking for help. With this Empress energy, like the Empress, when it comes to the main energy surrounding the Empress, it's about not only giving that divine feminine quality, yes, but not just about, you know, sitting in your divine feminine energy, but allowing to receive as well. All right. And with this High Priestess to the Six of Pentacles, it's definitely saying, like, making sure that you are keeping keyed in to how much you are giving and taking here, because it feels like there's a lot of giving. There's a lot of generosity here. You also have the Sun and the King of Swords showing up here. It feels like a lot of giving, but it feels like you're under some pressure that's not necessary right now. All right. And whether that's from with the help of external forces or external energies, that doesn't really matter, because if you're allowing people to or allowing energies to make you feel overwhelmed, or to allow yourself to feel overwhelmed by circumstances, they want you to make sure that you know that you're going to receive the help that you need. All right, because this High Priestess to the Six of Pentacles also indicates like higher help from higher up. All right, so if you feel like you're lacking at with anything right now, just know that help is coming. Help is on the way. They're like, we got you. All right, we got you. Your purpose right now, because they're saying like how you're feeling, whatever anxiety, whatever anxiousness you're feeling, whatever, you're feeling right now, it's taking away from your ability to create or to focus on the creation part of what you're trying to accomplish. All right, so to make sure that you know that you are being assisted, so that can maybe help like balance out any pressure that you're feeling right now. So it's like basically confirming like, yes, it will even out. You don't have to feel like, you're under such amount of pressure or feel like you have to overgive or overdo things right now or overexert yourself, to reach your goal. It's about balance. You definitely have to make sure that you are not overdoing it, because this feels like burnout. This feels like burning yourself out before you even get to the finish line. So definitely don't want to do that. Want to make sure that you have enough energy to reach that. Wait, that reminds me of that. That there's a video circulating where marathon where a runner was like right by the finish line, but somebody catched up and was able to win before them. It's like basically like, don't worry about, this is not that marathon. Don't be looking around thinking that somebody's about to cross the finish line before you. Like, no, you're running your own race, and it's not even a race. It's basically you having, a set of goals you want to accomplish, but just don't feel like you have to rush. Manifestation on top of the Empress, right? So again, with that, being more so focused on the creation that you're trying to bring about, all right, and the manifestation versus the anxiety, because the two kind of they cancel each other out. When you're anxious about what you want to see happen, it's basically like repelling it from you in the same way. I know, it's a lot. Clear, cancel, and release. So right now, when it comes to eliminating any feelings of anxiety or, just overstimulation, make sure that you are clearing out anyone that is not, and as I say that 12-12, that is not in line with where you want to be, what you want to manifest. Because if these energies are taking away from what you're supposed to be doing. All right, so this is about eliminating. This is about eliminating what and who does not belong right now. All right, healing energy. So yeah, so allowing, this is basically that healing energy would signify like clearing up space to allow the good things that you want to come in. Because a lot of times we see ourselves like really putting ourselves out of alignment because we're trying to help someone else out or, focus on something that has nothing to do with what we want to manifest. And is essentially distraction. Like I was mentioning in the general and the collective, we are to eliminate distractions, and that comes in the form of people, trust and believe. So eliminating or distancing, cord cutting from those energies that would take away from what you're trying to accomplish. Welcome, welcome. I am working on a queue right now, so if you are able to be patient and stick around, you can see if I can add more people. Otherwise, we'll be back on Tuesday for another session. So if you haven't yet, subscribe. This week will be my regular schedule. Besides today, Tuesday and Thursday at 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Spirit animal message for strength, please and thank you. Okay, we got a few. Goose inner knowing. on top of the high priestess. And it's like basically whenever the high priestess is present, there is a higher knowing that is taking place. Like your intuition has probably been telling you a couple of things. Like your guides have been trying to give you either signs or synchronicities through either repeating numbers. Birds have been a very big messenger for me lately. So that may have been the case for you as well. We also have Ladybug Good Luck and Coyote Revealer of Truth. All right, so when this comes to this Nine of Swords energy, if you have like been feeling like you can't be very vocal about how it is that you're feeling, like reserving your thoughts because you don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, stop that. And I'm not saying go buck wild on anybody either or curse anybody out, but there is a way, there is a balance in terms of like making sure that your truth is heard and not feeling like you're suppressing it to appease someone else. So yeah, no. But I will read for the inner knowing says, you are a brave traveler. Your soul knows the way. Be confident you will achieve your destination. Loyal friends are always with you. Don't worry, you are blessed. Let yourself fly. All right, so this worrisome energy, they're like, it is useless, okay? You're better served putting that energy towards what you are trying to manifest and create here. That is what your main focus and priority. Anytime that you feel like you're being distracted from that or that someone is trying to pull you away from that path, cut them off and go right back to it, or at least distance yourself, because not everybody can be cut off. And unfortunately, distractors or detractors, I should say, come in the form of multiple people, including the ones we consider closest to us sometimes. So when that happens, you can distance and not feel like you have to cut anybody off. But yeah, getting you back into that frame of mind and giving you that reinforcement that you need right now to keep going, because even if it doesn't feel like it, progress is being made. Okay, so that is for you, my dear. Thanks. All right, and Devon would be next. Yes, please and thank you. Blessing says, please subscribe, like, and share the live. Because if y'all haven't been doing that yet, like, what? All right, Three of Swords, like, what? Collective? Y'all are not, treating this as an energy exchange. If you're just here to take, like, trust and believe, it will come back to you in other ways. And I'm not saying that to anyone specifically, but I'm just talking on a general level. When it comes to these readings, like, yes, I'm doing it because it's part of my purpose, but that doesn't mean that it's not part of an energy exchange. So if you're not actively participating in that, then all right, so you're so very welcome, my dear. All right, let's go for, wait, Devon, are you still present? Because let me make sure before I start reading. And that is another thing, because previously I was doing like readings, not sure if a person was present. Yeah, I can't do that anymore, because as this channel grows, that would be taking away from someone that actually is present. So unfortunately, not unfortunately, but if I call your name, you're not present, I'm just going to have to move on to the next. So Devon, paging Devon, if you are not present, I will move on to the next one, which would be... It would be Delilah, and then Ren, and then Karen. All right, so I don't see Devon responding. Delilah, let me know if you're still present. Blessing says, absolutely, I'm a firm believer of energy exchange. Your time and energy is very valuable. Absolutely, and so is yours. Everyone's time and energy is valuable. So with that being said, I definitely appreciate everyone who spends their time and energy here with me because, again, it's an energy exchange. So I want to make sure that everyone that receives a message is being heard and seen. Dalala, dalala. No. And if not, then it would be run. And blessings, if you would like to be added as well, just let me know. You would be after Karen. And welcome, Sarah. Just trying to see who is still present to receive a message, because people jump in the comments like, hey, can I get a reading? And then they disappear. So please also be intentional about your energy. Karen, thank you for confirming. Ren, let me know if you're still here. Sarah's here. Okay. All right. So you know what? I'm just going to jump to Karen because I really don't have time to sit here and waste like that. Trying to make sure I utilize every moment. Emperor energy again. That is basically also what Emperor energy stands in. That was part of the collective energy, which I am part of collective, so I have to start taking more control over these lives when it comes to how much I allow. Welcome, Jamie. Okay. I'm here. I'm not going nowhere. Okay. Well, this is actually, and blessings. Thank you. I appreciate your, I guess, moderation in a sense. There is actually no questions today. I'm only doing spirit guide messages on Sundays. So that would be on Tuesday for my viewer's choice, where people can ask their own questions. So let's see for Karen, what is the spirit guide message? What do Karen's guides need to let them know at this time, please and thank you? What messages from Karen's guides are needed at this time? I love that this Ten of Pentacles is coming out for multiple readings, because that really says a lot when it comes to the same energy popping out in multiple readings, like on a collective level, because y'all are getting similar energies. Does indicate that you're part of the collective message, but also indicates that there is progress being made, again, regardless of how it may seem, look, feel, whatever. Progress is being made behind the scenes. So and this feels like progress after what feels like has been a long road. So Karen, if you've been feeling like exhausted, if you've been feeling like, and as I say that, Empress on its side, if you've been feeling like exhausted, like you don't know how you even summon the energy to do things sometimes, or how you keep going, it's your guides, baby. Give praise and thanks to the Most High, because they're basically charging you up like a battery right now, or at least trying to not only help charge you directly, but show you more ways to conserve your energy. 9 of Wands to the Strength. So this is a 8-9 situation. Listen, That Nine of Wands says that building boundaries right now for you is very, very important because of this level of exhaustion that you're feeling. Ten of Pentacles to the Knight of Swords to the Queen of Swords to the Three of Swords. Then we have the Four of Wands to the Empress. So, and these are actually 2 threes here. When it comes to these two showing up together, it's in the sense that, you know, you have this wonderful energy that absolutely everyone can feel in a sense. And that's probably why you feel yourself so exhausted, is because like you have an empathic nature to you that people like they gravitate towards. And they kind of, it feels like they can't help themselves, but that's why you have to help them when it comes to instilling those boundaries, because it feels like you don't have much, if any. All right. So they are trying to tell you like, hey, we want to help you. We got you in a sense, but you got to help us help you too. Okay. And when that comes to that, that means that you have to instill boundaries with people, situations, when it comes to speaking your truth and standing on that business, regardless of who it makes feel uncomfortable. All right, because this feels like you're holding space for energies that wouldn't give you the same regard. All right, if you are the one that's used to, you know, making everyone else feel comfortable while you're not shown the same respect, it's time to change that. Okay? And what your guys are really saying is that you have this energy for a reason. It is to be put to purpose, right? But because you have spent so much time and energy placing it into the wrong people, into the wrong situations, now you are depleted. Now you are to a levels where you are depleted, and don't worry, it'll come back. Like Empress energy always recharges, but in order to do so, you need to eliminate certain energies. You need to eliminate certain distractions, those energy vampires, those situations that just don't need your response, and to instill boundaries that people can really understand and respect. Because with this, it's like, it's feeling like there's a lack of respect that is like on a basic level here. All right. So, but that's, you can't really, you can try to blame those people for that. But at the end of the day, that's your responsibility. With the Queen of Swords energy here, it's like you need to toughen up. You need to stand tall and firm on your business. Okay, when it comes to your business, I'm not just talking work. I'm not just talking, you know, family. I'm not just talking friends. I'm talking about all of those levels that feel like that they can play in your face, or that they can come in and out, drain your energy without having any regard as to how that's going to make you feel, or how much that is going to deplete you, how much that is going to hurt you. Whew. I had to take a breath there because I felt exhausted. Like just after that, like little bit. Okay, my dear, they want you to know that you are valuable, your energy, because this is giving like you feel like you don't matter as much as you do. And I'm here to confirm that that's not the case. Like you matter a lot. Okay. And even if people don't say it, because I'm getting that, you know, with this Knight of Swords, people come in and out. They don't say it. They don't really communicate that. It's more so just a quick, fast, like, and there's no acknowledgement. But let me make sure that your guides want you to feel acknowledged right now. They want you to know that you are not supposed to be anyone's footstool. You're not. Ask and receive, and also guardian angel. So in those moments that you feel like either you don't have the strength to face anything head on, and friendship and union showing up here. So if it's, again, it's regardless if it's friends, family, anyone that you've known for a long amount of time, short amount of time, it does not matter. Okay. If they are not showing you the respect that you deserve, if they are not reinforcing that you are important, it is time to distance yourself. All right. Surrender also showing up here. Opposite of friendship and union. So that's to let you know that there are some energies that you have been holding on to that it is time to let go of. And only you would know who those are. But if you are asking them for assistance on how to go about that, or if you want to know who, if you're not sure and you want to know who it is that does not have the best of intentions for you, all you have to do is ask. And this goes on a general level. Okay. So collectively, if y'all are not sure, if somebody's energy has been kind of like in question and you're not sure if you should continue dealing with that person, ask your guides like, hey, I'm not sure about this person. Can you reveal them to me? Can you remove their mask so I can see? Like, as it is right now, a lot of people are going mask off because they can't help themselves. But there are some that are just really good at concealing their intentions. So you have to ask. All right. And this is not just about asking them for those situations. It's about also making sure that you know that you're covered. Because with Guardian Angel here, you always have the presence of your guides with you. So if it's a case where you need any kind of weight to be removed from you, ask for that as well. Okay. But you also, because you can't ask for something and be like, well, they're not going to give it to me. Listen, those energies don't go together. All right. So you have to have faith that your guides are with you and that they are going to do what you need them to do. Thank you. Yeah, please don't spam. Just once is enough because there's definitely not that many comments here for that to even be. It's never a necessity to spam, but especially not here. Now, if we were over on TikTok, I can understand why people try to spam, but I still don't allow it. And I'm actually not taking any questions today. This is about spirit guide messages, so Swan Grace wanted to show up here when it comes to, like, if you've had any kind of connections or just like swans, when it comes to, because I feel like you give enough grace to others, give that to yourself. Because I feel like there are moments when you're like, oh, I should have handled that better, or I should have said something different, did something different. Don't go at yourself like that. Or at least try not to. Because unknowingly, there were times where your guides actually like prevented you from, because it would have escalated a situation unnecessarily. So if you're thinking like, oh, I should have said something, like, no. All right, so we have Black Jaguar, Old Soul, okay, and Elk for nobility. Yeah. With this Queen of Swords, it's giving very noble energy. You move with good intentions. You move with truth and you move with fairness, okay? And you're not, with this Three of Swords following it, you're not going to always be met with that energy. You're not always going to have that reciprocated back to you. But this just tells you when someone is not mirroring that energy of truth, fairness, balance, that tells you where you don't need to invest your energy any further, okay? Because trying to give someone too much grace, thinking that, oh, they see how I'm moving, so they're going to want to move like me too, that's all great in theory, but it's not realistic. All right, so do not expect yourself from other people, because as you've seen time and time again, that just doesn't happen. All right. Old Soul says, walk through life with confidence and grace. That is this Empress energy. You have power from beyond the world. Focus on what you really want. You can create your dreams. That's that ask and receive message. All right. Because if you are looking to create something with this Empress energy, actually the Four of Wands to the Empress, if you are, because this is giving very fertile energy, it doesn't always have to indicate like actual birthing of children, but just like birthing either a new life, creating something out of nothing. That is what divine feminine and Empress energy is about, and also the Four of Wands. So when it comes to, if you want to create a new life for yourself, all you have to do is step into that energy, all right, and ask your guides for assistance and strength in creating that life. All right, and Elk Nobility says, celebrate your accomplishments with humility. You are crowned with success. Powerful forces guide you. Your ability to conquer challenges is limitless. You are the Queen of Swords and the Empress, okay? So yes, you may doubt your abilities, you may doubt yourself, you may doubt your resilience, but I see nothing here that should indicate you doubting yourself, because you are very strong. And your guides, again, want me to reinforce that. So make sure you are definitely stepping up with them boundaries, and they will help you do the rest. Just make sure you are talking to them and asking for it. And that was for Karen. All right. Ren, you missed it. You got to join me on TikTok, because I'm not doing that doing a reading while you're not here anymore. I can't do that. So if you missed it, I have to move on to the next one, where you can join me on the next platform. You're so very welcome. All right. Yes, I know it's easier said than done. We all have those moments where we doubt ourselves, but just know that in those moments, you can always call on your guides, and they will help you see yourself for how they see you, for how you are revered. Okay. So do not ever be afraid to talk to your guides. And in essence, it may feel like, oh, you're talking to yourself, you're crazy. Well, guess what? Who cares? Who cares how crazy it may seem? Because if you are here, that means you believe in something beyond, something you can't see, something that is not tangible, on several levels, but you feel it. Okay, so that means lean into it. All right, let's move on to the next. All right, Sarah would be up next. And that's okay. Listen, that just shows a mark of humility. All right, your guides, humility, there's nothing wrong with that, because it just shows that you take into consideration more than just yourself, which is a beautiful thing. But now it's to the point where it's out of balance. That's the only thing. Once we're out of balance when it comes to that give and take, that's where, just because you're giving, and as I say that, temperance, just because you are giving, just because you're a giver does not mean you are better off than a taker. Okay? That means that you're just as out of balance. All right? It's about give and take, not just giving or taking. All right, so Sarah is here. All right, let's go. Spirit guide message for Sarah, please, and thank you. What message do they need to hear at this time? What's up? What's the message? Oh, we got Justice showing up here. And the Queen of Swords again. This is giving like a strong arm of the law. If you're not like law enforcement or in the law system, in the justice system, actually, I would be surprised. Sarah said I'm here, so that's what I'm going by. Okay. The Ten of Pentacles again. A lot of people are getting this energy. See, progress. Collectives are making progress. And the Sun. Okay, and the Four of Swords. Oh, my goodness. Go from Justice and the Queen of Swords to a Devil and the Death energy. My gosh. All right, but this feels more so like past energies, because with this Nine of Wands as the first thing out, it's like building up that resistance to those types of energies. Well, when it comes to death, that's more so like big transformational energy. But when it's opposed to the Devil energy, it's like really transforming any kind of like addictions or obsessions, any kind of negative behaviors, negative energies that you were hanging around with. Because we have this Nine of Wands to the Three of Cups. You may have had some not so great influences around you. You may have had some energies that were not the best when it came to reinforcing the good things, good behaviors, good activities that have anything purposeful in them. Queen of Cups to the Ten of Pentacles to the Sun to the Four of Swords. This feels like a lot of energy. It feels like on a day-to-day basis, like you walk around with what feels like a responsibility of upkeeping something. Again, like I was getting that with that Justice to the Queen of Swords, like you have high intent as far as walking around in that fair and just and balanced energy. But this is coming from having to build that. This is like if you've rebuilt yourself recently or feel like you've needed to rebuild in aspects, it's like your guides are encouraging you to keep doing so, because it is working. It is making an impact. It is basically leading you in that right direction. Because again, with this progress, with the Ten of Pentacles to the Sun, okay, this is not just, you know, little changes that you've made. This is big impact, even if it seems small. All right, because I'm getting that it's not like, it could have been like a couple of big things, but when it comes down to it, if outside we're looking in, it feels like a lot of people don't know what you encounter or what you have to deal with. This may be an internal struggle that you had to deal with that nobody knew about. All right, but it is improving. Your guides are helping you to reinforce yourself, to rebuild yourself, to feel like you're getting stronger and you are making progress. All right, because you are. When the Sun is present, the Sun and the Ten of Pentacles, that is progress. All right, but with this Four of Swords energy, don't forget to give yourself a break. Okay, is what I'm getting from your guides. They want you to know that it's about that progress, not perfection. All right, because this is giving like you may have had that feeling like perfection. It's something about perfection that you were very convinced that you had to either appear perfect or seem perfect, look perfect on paper, but no, it's not about that. It's not about that. All right, so whatever progress that you've been guided to make, or whatever changes that are happening, it is being divinely guided. All right, so if you are any kind of like nervous about what's to come, if you're feeling any kind of tension or sleeping on yourself when it comes to how far you've come, hi, I'm your reminder. Yes, they are. They absolutely are. Because consider this is behind you. All right, because this is at the bottom and at the cut. So whatever demons you've overcome, whether that be internal or external, okay, it is showing. It is not only showing up energetically, but you also don't know this, but it also shows up physically. Because with the Sun here, these are completely different energies underneath here as opposed to what actually came out. All right, so if you feel like you're still dealing with some kind of like shadow element that is still has an impact on your day to day, or you feel like, you know, that voice just won't shut up, it will get quieter. It will. All right. So just keep putting energy towards that version that you are becoming. All right. Make sure that you are recognizing your own progress. All right. Because we go from the 9 to the 10. That is absolute progress. That is progression. That is moving forward, regardless, again, of how it looks and feels like. Because, you know, that voice, that shadow voice can lie to us. Tell us we're not making enough progress and we're not making it fast enough. Don't listen to that voice. All right. Because there is no clock on this progress that you have to make. There is no, you're not running any kind of race or a marathon. You're not competing against anyone for a spot. You are doing as best as you can with what you have. All right. So your guides want to reinforce that. They want to let you know you're doing great. Okay. This is essentially, they're celebrating your progress here with this 3 of Cups to the Sun. And they want you to know, like, you should celebrate yourself too. So this is, you know, why people are guided here, especially on Sundays, for their guides to basically encourage them like, hey, you're doing all right, or to let them know like, hey, you're messing up, but this is not one of those, like, you're messing up, you're doing good. Okay. For Sarah, yes. Yes. Okay. So this is a reminder to celebrate yourself in those moments that, you know, that voice is talking way too loud, telling you all the things that you're not doing. Tell that shit to shut the fuck up. All right. Because you are doing good. Yes. Transformation. I'm telling you, your energy has had a glow up. Okay. And courage and bravery. They want you to basically acknowledge to yourself, like, this was not an easy feat, because where you came from energetically to now is a very different place. Okay, so look at that motherfucker God showing up here. You are connected. You are getting tapped in. You are basically, you're in it. You're in it. And I know it's hard to realize it when we're in it, especially when it's been such a long journey, but it's your testament. All right. So you have this, what feels like a story to tell at the end of the day. Messenger and adventure. Okay. Let's get a spirit animal message, please, and thank you for dolphin playtime. Listen, you did a lot of work. Now it's time to lighten up a little bit. This Four of Swords says you've done enough work for now. Okay. So if you feel like you have to constantly be progressing, be, you know, doing some kind of healing work, you can breathe. You can say, all right, I can play a little bit now. Definitely not on the levels that you came from, but you know what I mean. Dolphin Play says, swim in the happy joy of living. Inhale confidence and exhale fear. Dive into your wisdom and go with the flow. All right, so yeah, this is giving that watery Queen of Cups energy, like, oh, love on yourself. They really want you to love on yourself right now. Okay, because you've been taking this seriously. Be community showing up here. So it's the case that when it comes to making new community, or, you know, finding that new community that is going to resonate on that same energy that you are growing into, they will come. All right. But for now, love on yourself. Definitely show yourself some care. Okay. Treat yourself. I want to remind you of that. Yes. Yes, you have. So please. And that goes to anyone. If you have been on this crazy journey of life and you have made progress, and even if it's just one area of life, celebrate it, because that gives you motivation to do more. All right. And your guides are behind you. Any improvements that you want to make, anything that you want to change, you can absolutely. And your guides are here to help you with that. And you are so very welcome. Sending hearts. All right. Let me see. I have time for one more tonight. Just have to catch up with the comments because I've been all right. I think it was, let me see. Blessings. If you wanted a message, just let me know, because technically you've been helping me out considerably this evening. And to anyone else that wanted to get a message, I'm here every Sunday basically. So when it comes to spirit guide messages, come see me on a Sunday, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Tuesdays is my viewer's choice, where you can come and ask your own questions. Just no medical, legal, or third-party spying questions. Other than that, almost anything goes. And Thursdays has been a mix of either viewer's choices or shadow topics. So I will figure out a shadow topic or something for Thursday. Okay, let's go. Let's get a message for blessings, please, and thank you. What spirit guide messages do they need to hear at this time? And for next month, I also wanted to, and I keep forgetting to let people know, because to be honest, I don't want it to get too much too fast, but I will be opening up private readings in May. Just not yet, because I'm still trying to make a solid schedule for private sessions, but yeah. So I start all my live sessions at 8:30 p.m. Eastern, and they last for about an hour. I'm thinking about increasing the time, but we'll see. Because as it is, trying to maintain on 2 different platforms gets challenging. Why, thank you. Let's get this. Spirit guide message for blessings, please, and thank you. What messages do they need to hear? Oh, that's a twofer. Ooh. Ace of Pentacles to the Two of Pentacles. That came out together first. All right. 9 of Pentacles. Justice and the Hierophant underneath it. They say you a spiritual law. You're like a spiritual cop. Eight of Swords. But that does give like the energy of like a kind of an extension of karma, if you will. If you felt like in situations that you were brought into someone's life to make a difference or to teach them a lesson, yes. But it's not of your own volition, because not a lot of people have that role. So when it comes to whether you're supposed to know like what instances, no. You are basically like to follow your intuition and to just do what feels innate to you and not try to actually be an extension of karma. King of Pentacles showing up here. Let me get like a couple more. Life path 11. To be honest, I don't know much about all of the life paths, but 11 is definitely a magical number all around when it comes to like as far as spiritual ranking. Those that are born with certain numbers are basically automatically in the club, as you can say it. That are, you may have walked around basically just being, this feels very lucky. Like you just move, like you have a very lucky energy, and the Magician showing up here. So natural manifesting abilities, just a natural connection to divine order, Seven of Pentacles. All right, so yeah, your guides, they basically have given you, in a sense, like free reign. I don't, but they're giving, it's like a caveat to that. It's a sense where, again, you're not to feel like you have to move in any particular type of way, because it's like moving innately, just moving innately with how you actually are, your genuine authentic self. Like, you're going to continue to reap the rewards, the benefits that come with that energy and that come with that life path. All right, you're naturally blessed, you're naturally abundant. It feels like, regardless of what comes up, regardless of what challenges you may face with the Eight of Swords, it's like there are things that have happened that you are not even aware of, because you are guarded, you're protected, and because your manifestation abilities are so strong. Like, you don't even know the things that, like, certain things that have happened that you didn't even have to deal with. Because this Queen of Wands is like, no actual cares need to be given. All right, so when it comes to your guys, are like, listen, I feel like, already have this knowing that you are taken care of on a higher level. Move like that. Okay, not saying do anything reckless, don't do that, because you definitely still have to be responsible with what's that saying, with great power comes great responsibility. So yes, make sure that you are moving responsibly, because the Queen of Wands can be kind of like a lackadaisical sometimes. So you may do things like slightly, this is giving like slightly haphazard, but not anything that's detrimental to you. But making sure that you are continuing to move in confidence, because you are guided. All right. And there's something you are to be waiting for, or have more patience in, because if it feels like your guides are like, just know that whatever you've been asking for is coming. Just wait on it. Just wait on it. Because it feels like, when already, when I've been asking, it's coming. It's coming. All right. This King of Pentacles to the Magician energy is saying, like, you don't have to worry about anything, really. You just don't have to worry. That's basically like a useless energy for you. And I don't feel like you do. In a sense, it's more so like the impatience. That's what they're highlighting. They're like, if you have like moments of impatience where things are not progressing as quickly as you would like them, just remind yourself that things are happening in divine timing, in divine order. But you will be given what you are asking for, of course, within reason. Because with all these pentacles, we have to come back to logistics, and to come back to a stable base. Surrender on top of the Queen of Wands. And just make sure that you are moving with confidence, because if there's any kind of like, oh, I wonder if, nope, you don't have to wonder. This is your confirmation. Friendship and union, harmony and resolution. So if there are any instances where, if you are waiting for your tribe to come along, or trying to assess who you're supposed to be walking along with, which energies, just ask who, and as I say that, ask and receive. Just ask. That's all y'all need to do, is ask. Is this person for me? If they're not, show them without their mask. That is all y'all need to ask. Of course, with intent and with the right energy behind it. But otherwise, you are connected. Mother, Father, God. You in the club. Yes. You will be given that. All right, because this is given like waiting for that, for your essentially your ships to come in, where you don't have to worry about anything, where you are essentially being liberated. Yes, it's coming. This is coming. It is coming. This harmony and resolution is basically, it feels like you, again, not so much the worrisome, maybe a little bit of worry, but that's a human trait that we can't help sometimes. But that any kind of impatience where it's like, when. That's when our guides have a funny sense of humor. It's not just our guides, the universe. If y'all didn't know that the universe has a sense of humor, let me remind you. Because whenever we get too impatient, they'll be like, oh, I guess you can wait longer then if you don't got the patience. Shit. So to anyone that is just coming in, this is actually my last message for the evening on this platform, but I will be going over to TikTok after this to basically do the same thing. So if you would like to join me over there and be one of the first in the room to get a guaranteed message, the link is in my channel description. Otherwise, I will be back on Tuesday for Viewer's Choice. Elephant Greatness showing up here. Love is your strength. Leadership is your path. Your wisdom inspires everyone you meet. You can overcome any problem. You will naturally and easily achieve success. Okay. What I say, you part of the club. All right. So in the club, we all fam. And that B community showing up here. And unicorn, infinite possibilities. Your guys are just like, hey, listen, if you ever doubted it, if you ever doubted that you are divinely favored and connected, well, let me just remind you. Been getting a lot of reminder messages like, okay. We all say that. Listen, we all say that we've been patient. I've said that as well. Like, listen, I've been patient. I've been knowing damn well that I was not patient. Okay, so I know we say it, but our energy sometimes betrays us when it comes to the actuality of it. You're so very welcome. And thank you for joining the tribe. Y'all, I will see you on Tuesday, all right, 8:30 p.m. Eastern for Viewer's Choice. Again, no medical, legal, or third-party spying questions, but come and ask your own questions and get some good vibes, all right? Until then, I am sending y'all so much love. Take care of yourselves and have a great start to your week. Peace out.